Good afternoon. This is a CBS2 update. I'm Dana Tyler. A lot of homeowners in our area are still picking up the pieces after severe weather struck the area over the weekend. CBS2's Natalie Duddridge is in Little Falls, New Jersey, as residents prepare for yet another round of wet weather.
Well, this weather outside is only making things worse as people try to clean up inside their homes. Take a look at this one family's basement. Even though the water has receded since over the weekend, many of their belongings are still floating here in the water. You can see stuffed animals. There's a bottle of champagne there, and in the corner, a washer and dryer. All of these items now totaled, but this family says they are the lucky ones. Several residents here in the neighborhood are now homeless. Floating down the Packman River like toy cars, one by one, vehicles are swept from the Route 46 dealership in Little Falls after a flash flood overflowed the banks. You can see at least 8 cars pile up under the overpass.
Oh my God.
Ended up blocking that river, which now comes back into our neighborhood and finds a weak spot in the bank and busts through and causes all this devastation.
James Galone woke up early this morning to more rain as he tries to face the massive cleanup, like figuring out if he can salvage his car. But he says his most prized possessions he has to toss.
They're gone. Yeah, no pictures, no nothing. Everything's gone. Stuff like this can't be replaced.
His girlfriend says she hopes today's rain doesn't cause a repeat of Saturday.
We had 5 minutes. Everybody had 5 minutes to get out, get our cars out. And I realized I couldn't get the car out. I had to save the animals. We were swimming in water up to here.
Down the block, the foundation of this Little Falls home literally washed away after water rushed through it, leaving residents homeless.
Everything, all my belongings, all the things is gone. Everything.
Some say they haven't seen anything like this since Hurricane Floyd back in '99.
Almost like a tsunami came in, almost a mini tsunami.
The flooding didn't stop there. You can see it rushing through downtown Caldwell. The town recorded some of the highest rain totals at just under 5 inches. You can see this woman tries to get to her car, water up to her knees.
It's never happened here. I spoke to some people today and they're like, oh, we haven't seen this happen in like 50 years.
And then eventually, when the floodwaters receded, more chaos. A fire erupted from this manhole on Bloomfield Avenue, causing even a bigger mess. The storm also forced Woodland Park and Little Falls to declare states of emergency. I just spoke to some Red Cross volunteers here in the neighborhood who are distributing supplies. They say they're also moving some families into hotels indefinitely. And as you can see, there is a massive cleanup ahead. In Little Falls, New Jersey, Natalie Duddridge, CBS2 News.
So what kind of weather is coming our way next? Here's CBS2's John Elliott with a look at the forecast.
Good afternoon, everybody. I wish I had good news. I don't. It has been a very challenging morning. This color-coded map shows you parts of the area, maybe an inch of rain. And again, the rain gauge is still getting a workout this afternoon. But it's Monmouth and Ocean County. That's where we've seen over 5 inches of rain. We had reports this morning close to 7 inches of rain. That's just this morning. That's too much rain and in a too short of a time period. So the drains can't keep up with it. And there was already rain over the last few weeks, so real estate is saturated. It's a flood warning. They've extended it now till 3:30. We've been watching it all morning. Well, now into the afternoon, we're going to see more flooding, this pinwheel effect, as we see these storms circling around. National Weather Service has also expanded the flash flood watch to include the city. A flash flood watch means, yeah, you're susceptible to flash flooding, that rapid rise of water that causes you to have a property damage, lose the car, get stranded. So make sure you're mindful. Usual spots that flood, this is the kind of weather when they're going to flood. It's going to be a slow go this afternoon. Now, still a chance for rain. Shouldn't be as widespread or as intense on your Tuesday, but you are still going to be dealing with those leftover storms. Mindful of the fact the Yankees and the Mets are trying to play tonight. 84 tomorrow. It's warmer, still at risk, and then we dry out and warm up. Flirting with 90 Wednesday, Thursday into Friday. Please, though, exercise caution this afternoon and tonight. It is going to be another challenging weather day.
It looks like a Poughkeepsie woman who admitted responsibility for her fiancé's drowning will get money because of his death. Angelica Groswald was accused of killing Vincent Via when they kayaked on the Hudson River in 2015. She was charged with murder and manslaughter, but made a plea deal for the lesser charge of criminally negligent homicide. She was released with time served in December. Today, in an Orange County courtroom, a settlement was reached as she fought for Via life insurance policy. Groswald could have originally collected nearly $500,000. The final amount has not been disclosed. Under the current law, only people convicted of murder are ineligible for insurance payouts. It says nothing about defendants convicted of criminally negligent homicide, such as Groswald. We are now hearing from the family of the Australian tourist who was killed riding a bicycle on the Upper West Side. 23-year-old Madison Lydon was riding in the bike lane on Central Park West Friday afternoon when a car parked on the side of the street pulled out in front of her. Police say she swerved out of the bike lane and into the path of a garbage truck. She was pronounced dead at the hospital. Lydon's family says she had just finished 4 years of university and was traveling the world with her best friend.
Our girl was on the trip of a lifetime, and she'd only spoken to me, I think, the previous day or the day before, and said, "Dad, can you believe your little girl's in New York City?" And for it to be taken from us in such a horrific way is gut-wrenching to say. No words can't describe how heartbreaking this is.
Mayor de Blasio said there will be a full investigation into the fatal crash. The driver of the garbage truck, his 44-year-old Felipe Chairez, he is facing several charges, including DWI. The search is back on for a woman in Jamaica Bay, Queens, who police say was swept away during high tide. Anake Miller-Clark's family says she does not know how to swim. Police tell us the 35-year-old was with her husband off Bayswater Point State Park yesterday when she was pulled out by the current. Police were called around 5 p.m. and searched for 3 hours until dark. Clark's father describes her as a loving person.
I want to know that she was a loving person. She loved animals, she loved plants, she loved life. Full of life, always full of life.
Several agencies are involved in the search, including the NYPD Marine Unit. Developing this afternoon, the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, is seriously ill, according to multiple reports. The singer is in a Detroit hospital. She is surrounded by her family and friends. The 76-year-old has been dealing with serious health issues for years. Doctor's orders. The 18-time Grammy winner canceled several performances earlier this year, including a March 25th show in Newark. Franklin last performed in public in November at the Elton John AIDS Foundation Gala. Water leaks at a home can lead to a mess. We saw earlier in Natalie's story and cost a lot to clean up. But CBS 2's Nikki Batiste shows us a new high-tech way that can deter potential damage. She reports from Hop Hog.
The water pooled in here.
A year and a half ago, a leak formed near Sharon Frederickson's hot water heater. But before it could spread to the rest of the basement, this device warned her.
So it worked? It worked. It's worth its weight in gold.
It's a water leak detector made by Honeywell. When water hits the cord, an alarm goes off. Sharon gave us a demonstration. The devices are often used under sinks, around washing machines, and in the basement. There are several detectors on the market that range in price from a few dollars up to about $60. Sharon's unit is on the higher end because it connects to Wi-Fi and will send a message to her smartphone warning her of a leak even if she's not home. It can also track humidity levels.
So it's an app on your phone? Yes, and it's showing basement room, high humidity, family room, 60%.
Sharon received her device for free because she's taking part in a pilot program with her insurance company, USAA. John Michael Kowal works in the company's property product development and innovation unit. He says his team is currently collecting data to see how effective the devices are at stopping damage and keeping clients from having to submit a claim.
We're going to be proactive and help really prevent and detect events before they occur.
So how has it changed your life? It's made it a lot easier not to have to worry about it.
If another leak threatens her home, Sharon should know before it can do any damage. Nikki Batiste, CBS News.
The school year is about to begin, and advertisers are reaching children in powerful and potentially dangerous new ways. A survey from Deloitte on back-to-school spending says families will spend $27.6 billion in total this year. That's an average of 510 years per household, an increase of $9 from last year. The survey also shows children will likely influence their parents on the majority of the purchases, from clothes and electronics to school supplies. Advertisers are hoping to reach children directly through their phones. In an interview on CBS This Morning, Fortune magazine senior editor Lee Gallagher says the rules for advertisers online are not as defined as on television.
On the internet, on social media, on your phones, it's all blurred. It's influencer marketing. It's product unboxing videos, products that are everywhere. It's sponsored content. And so the content itself tends to be really filled with these messages and influence from advertisers in ways that children are not able to perceive.
Gallagher went on to say that it's helpful for parents to be aware of how much time their children are spending in front of the screens and what content they are consuming. Still nobody has come forward to claim Saturday night's Powerball jackpot. A single winning ticket worth $245 million was sold at a Stop and Shop supermarket in the New Dorp section of Staten Island. The store manager says he hopes the winner is one of his regulars.
It's exciting. It feels good that the store sold a winning ticket, and hopefully it's someone on Staten Island. I live on Staten Island. Hopefully it's somebody I know.
If the winner takes the lump sum payout, it's, about $147 million after taxes. That's your CBS 2 News Update. Stay with CBSNewYork.com, along with CBS New York and Facebook on our Twitter pages. We'll have the latest news as it happens. I'm Dana Tyler. See you later today, CBS 2 News at 6. Have a nice afternoon.